A 32 years old accomplished woman has a dating problem, or at least that's what she thinks. She's accomplished because she has a net worth over $1.5 million, but she doesn't feel this way. She lives in Dubai, and despite all the riches, she doesn't feel rich in her heart. Let's find out the truth for this woman that I came to know. Does she really have a dating problem? It's not uncommon to hear, especially under the lady bosses who are above 30. They find it difficult to find a man if they don't have one already. But is the problem really solved by finding a man, by having kids, by crafting a home, by creating a family? Or is it something else this woman longs for? Please think about it. If you found your dream man right now that is ready to have kids, that ticks almost every box, is your problem solved? Continue the route. Let's see what happens in your imagination. Or will new problems arise in this story? There's one thing that is absolutely true for every human, except for a few individuals. It is that they live in a continuous cycle of problems. When one problem is solved, the next one arises, and it continues. And what do these problems do? They cause pain. This is why almost every human is accustomed to this pain. They're used to it. It's incredible what we are capable of. And sometimes the pain is just too much. Perhaps it is for this woman. Perhaps it is for you. This is often the moment of change. First glance, it seems to be undesired, to be in such pain, where you can't take it any longer. But if you look back at your own life, weren't these the moments where you actually changed? I'm sure you've bought coaching, courses, programs, went on retreats, did meditation, but these are all nice to have. They don't change you, did they? Perhaps you didn't want it enough, or the pain of staying the same wasn't great enough. The person who has obese continues to live in obese and may change when she visits the doctor, and the doctor tells her, you will die if you continue to eat this way, to live this way, and you will die in a few months from now. This is the moment we change. Now let's look back at the story of this woman. Often she feels lonely, but she can deal with it. She goes to dinner parties with her friends, goes to restaurants with her gay friend, and goes to openings and exclusive events where she doesn't feel alone. But she comes back home in her dream house, and then the emptiness settles in. Now will her dream husband settle this loneliness? Is it the solution? Or is she trying to get something from this man he can never give her? Is she trying to get something from her future family they can never give her? Is she trying to find a home in a house that is more vulnerable than a sandcastle? What is the truth? Not right or wrong, but what is the truth here for this woman? That she will remain dependent for the rest of her life on her husband, on her children, on her bank account, on her house, on her friends, on her followers, and that is not bad. But what are the consequences of this dependence? It is that she will stay in this endless cycle of temporary relief of loneliness for it to arise just a few days later again. This need will remain there unless she's able to understand all this need she has, all this need, if she's able to understand this need so deeply, in so much detail, see all the roots of it, then she can free herself. But who does this? If you met someone, so she continues to live her life in need of a man, in need of kids. She finds a man, perhaps he already has kids. She pushes him to have kids together, maybe to get a kid just on time. And she continues to need her man and her child. She needs her man to be presentable on social media so that she can get the validation from her followers, from her friends. She does the same to her kids. This is the truth. She uses her man, she uses her kids to feel good, because she needs it to feel good. She does not know a better way, a different way. She doesn't even know she's doing this. I don't blame her for this. I don't blame anyone for this. How can you blame someone that doesn't know better? And of course, because she needs her husband, because she needs her kids, there's fear that she will lose them. And you see this everywhere with parents. Now that she finally has children, she fears losing them. So she warns them for all the dangers in this life. But my question to this woman, who one day may become a mother, is, wouldn't it be beautiful if you can be at total peace just before and after your newborn child passes away? Just like it doesn't reach you when you read such a story in the newspaper or from friends, that you can look at your husband, not as your possession, but as another human, that you can look at your children without seeing them as yours, that you do not need anything from this world, so you start to have everything. Wouldn't that be beautiful? I get goosebumps when I say it. Isn't this what life is all about? That on your journey in life, you find some trees, branches, and sticks. You pick them up, you gather them, you lose some of them, but it doesn't matter because you didn't see them as yours. How beautiful would it be that this woman saw everyone that came into her life, even her own children, as a butterfly in the forest that landed in her hands. She didn't close them and hold it tight so it almost, no, with open hands. And at some point the butterfly flies away. At least she looked at the beauty of this butterfly. I mean, they're beautiful, right? Instead of not seeing it at all and thinking about the future and thinking about the past, lost in her thoughts, not being able to see this beautiful blue butterfly. This is not some imaginary world you can live in. This is absolutely possible. And perhaps the only question is, do you want it? After maybe for the first time hearing another possibility in your life, that this cycle that you are in doesn't have to be there for the rest of your life. But maybe now you heard it, that there is another way. You may start to walk that path, even though it is the lonely path, even though you can't discuss it with your friends, because they will never understand you, even though it is a dark path, without light, without guidance. The question is, do you want it? Do you want to walk that path? And it's not even a question to answer. I mean, you will answer it by yourself without any thinking involved. Just look at where you start walking. And I said there is no guidance because can you think of anyone that wants to walk this path? And additionally, nobody can walk it for you. Nobody can move your legs and your arms. Perhaps the only thing that someone else can do with you is ask the right questions or to make you see the illusions in your life. And if you are interested in finding the truth and you want to work with me one-on-one, physically or virtually, you can send me an email. But I'm only interested in working with people who are serious and to whom money is not a problem. For anyone else, you can find some exclusive work on my website. And you may watch this video next about a similar story. Talk soon. And here's my poem about the essence of this video. In English, she asks, why do successful women like me have a dating problem? In poetry, we say money in the bank, but emptiness inside. A dream house in Dubai, but her dream man does nothing but to hide. Searching for this man to fill her void. True peace remains to be enjoyed. Dinner parties, events and social scenes can't cure her longing for the perfect dreams. So she fills her days with friends and things. Yet emptiness still softly sings. She doesn't see the truth within. That truth can't come from outside in. This dependence is a silent chain, binding her to future pain. The cycle of need, it never ends. Unless you look within, my friend.